Non-invasive lipo. Explain what that is. I see you do that the other day.
I actually did it today as well. And non-invasive liposuction treatment, it's basically where they do what's called radio frequency and cavitation. And they kind of like rub this like machine thing on you to like emulsify and break down your fat cells and to kind of help, slim you up and tone you down a little bit. It's very good for like post liposuction, and it's good for ladies who've never had liposuction as well. And shout out to Dream Body Studios. Mickey, the owner, got me right today, and I'm very, very happy with my results.
Now, that's in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this non-invasive, is this something you've done just in Atlanta, or you've done it?
Oh, no. I've done it in Miami as well. Shout out to Vixen at... Oh, fuck, I forgot the name of her place. I just call it Vixen's because everybody knows Vixen, but you all know where it's at. I get it done there. I've had it done in LA. I've had it done in Vegas. I mean, it's something that you could just walk in and get. It's not like a real surgery,
And you've seen results from this stuff?
Mm-hmm. I love it. It works really well.
Now, how often do you recommend someone go to something like this?
Normally they give it to you in like packages. Some places will offer packages that come with like 4 sessions or 5 sessions. But if you don't want to like purchase all the sessions at once, you can just go as you want, and do single session treatments.
But what do you recommend? If somebody had the money, is it something they do once a month?
I think maybe like every
times?
2 weeks could be cool. I think every 2 weeks could be cool. I've heard some girls, they've gone like every week. It just depends.
And what types of results have you seen from doing the treatments?
I see really good results, but I always keep it real. I've had real liposuction done. So, I mean, I'm not going to tell someone who, has a lot of weight or fat to get rid of that this is going to turn them into like Nicki Minaj body. I'm not going to lie and say that. But it definitely helps maintain like your results from lipo. And I gained several pounds since I've had lipo, which was like 3 years ago. So it keeps me like tight,
Would you ever do lipo again? Real lipo?
Absolutely. In a heartbeat. Absolutely.
You hear the horror stories when it comes to lipo.
Yeah, you hear the horror stories, but then you see the fantastic results of people that are alive and well. So I just kind of like to think of the positive more so of the negative. And Vixen's place in Miami, her Instagram is Laser Me Please Miami. So there you go. Please go and see Vixen in Miami. IG Laser Me Please Miami.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but it was like a movie star. I think she was in American Pie. She's the blonde chick in American Pie, and she had lipo done, and it was done really, really bad.
I'm sorry that happened to her.
Yeah, and her stomach, like when she's had TMZ take pictures of her on the beach or something like that.
I wonder where she went. Probably somewhere here in the United States.
It was really bad.
That's why the girls go to Colombia, DR,
So
Bolivia.
you would never get lipo in the United States?
Absolutely not. No.
Got you.
They just, a lot of people don't know this, but other places overseas are actually leading in plastic surgery well over. We are here in America. There was a point in time where Thailand was number 1. My personal opinion, I like to say like DR, Colombia, Venezuela, Bolivia, like some of the places in South America and some of the Spanish places are doing really well. I think they're leading, my personal opinion.
Now, go ahead.
The results are just better.
Yeah, now that's what I was going to ask you about. What makes them better? Are they doing certain things that you can't do in America?
Okay, this is my opinion. When I look on like some of the sites or Instagrams of doctors here in America, and I'm not saying all doctors because there are some really good ones here in the U.S., but the results, like comparing to some of those in Colombia or DR, it just looks better. Like they just know how to like snatch you and get that curvature in your waist. You know what I mean? They just really know how to give you that. And when I see some of the doctors here in the States, it just doesn't look as good. It's not as tight. The waist isn't as small. And then for some of the ladies who get fat transfers, I mean, what I see over there, the results are like very, very good compared to those of here. They do the fat transfer and then the butt doesn't really look like anything has been transferred. But I know the girls that go to like Colombia and DR, they come back looking amazing.
Now, I couldn't think of the woman on the actress, her name at first, but it's Tara Reid. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's kind of, yeah, I don't know. She probably just went somewhere in LA, or I don't know.
Well, if you ever get a chance, Google her
sure,
pictures, and you'll see her stomach.
Now I'm interested.
It's just a bad lipo
What
job.
does it look like? Lumpy or whatever?
Her stomach looks like an old lady's stomach. It doesn't look nice and flat and
maybe,
tucked in.
You know, sometimes it's just a case-by-case thing. Everybody is different. Everybody's skin is different. Everyone's situation is different. I don't know how much fat she started with, but sometimes when there's some girls who don't have much fat at all, and they still go and do it, and it leaves your skin very loose. So...
Yeah, loose skin, I guess
you get left with a little bit of loose skin,
right.
But aftercare is everything. That's why these non-invasive lipo treatments are very important, because they help keep your lipo together. They keep your skin tight, and it really works. Lipo, aftercare is everything. So for any ladies that are looking to do any procedures, aftercare is everything. What you do after is what your results will look like.
Now, do you have any advice when it comes to aftercare for somebody that's about to get lipo for the first time?
Yeah, wear your faja, which is the Colombian term for, I would say, like waist shaper or waist cincher. It's for you to wear to keep your midsection locked in pretty tight, and that helps you with your ending results. Now, if you get lipo and you're not wearing a compression garment, then you're not going to get that tight shape. And my personal opinion, Colombian fajas are very popular, and they are very, very strong and durable compared to some of those that you get here in America. Like, I mean, a friend of mine, she got lipo done in New York, and the compression garment felt like a Spanx that you can just buy at Nordstrom. Like, we need medical grade, like, compression garments. That way it stays, like, really, really tight, and your results, like, look really good.
Any other do's and don'ts?
Massage. You have to massage it so it doesn't look lumpy. You have to massage it. And those treatments are good as well, because it's pretty much like a massage, but it's like extra, like it's more than you massaging at home. So it's worth it. If you're going to spend the money on your body, it's called an investment. You need to like take care of it. Spend the money, just do it.
Any other do's and don'ts?
I mean, do your research. Do your research. You know, you might just go somewhere because you heard it on a TV or seen it on a commercial or whatever, but do your research. Everyone is different. What people are looking for differs from one person to the next. So do your research. Make sure the doctor is right for you and your personal needs, and just be safe. Do your aftercare. It's very important.
Now, what about in terms of eating? Do you eat differently after lipo? Like you personally? Is there certain foods you just stay away from because you don't want
to? No, I eat everything. I eat whatever I want because I don't have a problem getting it again. And I think you should diet, though. Dieting is very important if you don't want to gain the weight back. Because if you get a lipo one time and you diet and you exercise and you do what you're supposed to, you won't have to get it again. And that is like all praise to you. But I don't eat very well. So I think that maybe I'll get it again probably in the next few years here or there.
Now, speaking of the difference between, like, you know, those other countries you mentioned where they do lipo versus the United States, I mean, you know, the United States, they have guidelines within the medical field.
Yeah, of course. They have guidelines there as well.
Do you think their guidelines are different than America that makes them be able to do the lipo better, or do you think they're...
No, I don't think so. As far as the health factors and safety and procedure, things of that nature are all standard. That's all the same. It's not like in one country they're able to push the envelope and do something that's more risky. That's not how it works. I just think that they do a better job. And to be honest, in South America, Brazil, for example, that's the culture. That's why, you know, you always hear like people saying like Brazilian girls have amazing bodies, Brazilian women are so fine. No, Brazilian women have been getting work done since they were 13 years old. Okay, so that's why they look so goddamn fine. And that's just their culture. So they do that all day, every day. They do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of procedures, whereas in America, it's not that popular. So, you know, a doctor, let's say Seattle, Washington, that's where I'm from, born and raised. they're not doing lipo over there all the time. Whereas I'm sure the amount of lipo procedures like one place would do in a month is less than where somewhere in Colombia would do in a week. So, I mean, they just do it a lot, and I think they're just better. They got it down.
I mean, some stuff in plastic surgery is named after Brazilian stuff, like
Yeah,
the
like the Brazilian butt lift. Yeah.
or stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Those Brazilian girls have been
Or Brazilian, what's
getting
that
it
called?
done forever.
What's that wax job called? The
Oh,
Brazilian.
Brazilian wax.
Right.
Yeah. Because like in Brazil, like everyone's got this hot body. Everyone's on the beach with these teeny bikinis. So that's why the Brazilian wax, like, so you can get that area real nice and clean to wear a little thong.
Now, was it hard for you to communicate or understand? Because obviously there's a language barrier there.
Okay, so when I got my lipo done 3 years ago, I got it done in Thailand, and my doctor was very, very intelligent, very educated. He spoke English. Most of the doctors overseas do speak English. Don't worry, ladies. Or there's a translator. Or you can be smart and you can download Google Translate yourself and you can communicate with them. But most of the time when you go overseas, it's all laid out. Like your transportation to and from the airport, where you're staying, your appointment, your checkups, things of that nature. It's all like laid out for you. It's not like you're just, some people probably just go out there on a whim, but most of the ladies that I know that go there, it's all set up. So they know exactly what's going on. They know what to do, where to take you, your hotel, everything. It's like all together.
Now, how long would one generally stay in another country for after getting a procedure? I know there's different procedures out there, but
yeah,
because,
I would generally say
it might be
when I went to
complications
Thailand 3 years ago, and then when I
checkups.
went to Bolivia last year, both of those trips, I stayed there, I would say 2 weeks. Yeah, I stayed 2 weeks.
Do they
each
recommend
time.
2 weeks, or you personally chose to stay longer just in case?
I personally chose to stay a little bit longer because obviously there's like some stitches and things of that nature that need to be removed, and I didn't want to do it at home, so I didn't mind chilling there until the following week so that the doctor could take them out. But some places you can go for a week. It's just up to you, and you can fly after as long as your doctor clears you. So like I said, everyone's different case by case. If your doctor tells you, okay, you're clear, you can fly, then you can fly. You'll be fine.
Now, did you go alone to some
I
of these
went
places?
alone every time. Mm-hmm.
No bestie?
No
Shelly
bestie.
didn't come?
Shelly didn't come, but Shelly's gonna come next time.
Is that scary to go alone by yourself?
I'm like
Lonely?
a road warrior, and I love to travel. I really like to go overseas, and I go pretty much everywhere by myself. I'm not afraid. I'm pretty savvy. I'm very smart, so I know how to move around. It was definitely, when I was in Thailand, it was pretty tricky getting a fat transfer, aka Brazilian butt lift, and being by myself because I was in pain and I had to keep my compression garment on, and like things like moving around and using the restroom and stuff like that, it can be quite painful when you're by yourself. And I was also in Thailand, so I was still trying to have my vacation. And so I was still out on the town, like waddling around, like with this tight thing on, and then like bandages and stuff everywhere. But it's okay. I wouldn't change it. I would do it again.